Hey everybody, I'm Blind Ryan, and this is an addendum to the Ultimate ADOM stuff. I'm actually going to put this ahead of the pre-early access video, so this should be the first video you guys see if you're watching this for the first time. If you're watching the playlist, I should say, for the first time. The state of the game. Today we'd like to address your comments about the state of early access. Fellow adventurers, first and foremost, with the most recent update, we added load and save function as well as the ability to adjust the animation speed and fix a couple of other bugs, see changelog here. Today we would like to address your comments about the state of early access content-wise, including our plans for future updates. We have a long road ahead of us, and being in early access brings its own challenges with it. We are fully aware that our game lacks certain features about one might expect at early access. Surely, this can be partly attributed to us working much longer than anticipated on the load and save features stated in our first statement, but there's more to the story. We went into early access knowing that this game was missing certain features. Our goal was and is to include the community as closely as possible to the development of the title. This has proven to be a great success for ADOM, and we're certain in the long run this will also prove to be true for Ultimate ADOM. You may think, so why not wait a couple months? This time we don't want to be in a situation where people ask for features and we can't add them anymore because the game code prohibits it at one point. For example, in the original ADOM we would have loved to have added new features. But since the code is in parts very confusing and prone to bugs and errors, Biscup, you made the code, didn't you? We thought we would do it right from the get-go this time. This means involving the community as early as possible and presenting a development roadmap, so we stay more flexible when it comes to feedback. We really want to encourage you to share your feedback with us. We are listening on Steam, on forums, on social media, everywhere, so keep it coming. Additionally, we spent a long time, longer than anticipated, to develop a fantasy physics engine that would allow us to rather easily add features rarely if ever seen in most roguelikes, animating anything in the world and imbibing it with life based on its physical properties is one such example. Being able to graft body parts to gain special powers bestowed by the body of the original monster is another one, and we don't just want to stop there. Being able to combine these things, e.g. animating a plate armor as a living construct, attaching orc arms, wielding axes to it, and sending it onto a rampage after coating it with poison, will create unique moments for the player, not to mention those more mundane stuff like being able to burn any wooden thing, freeze liquids, and have things float down a river, and that's just the start. Now that the basics are in place, we'll focus on adding more content. Experience with ADOM has taught us that you, the community, probably is going to have a ton of wild and crazy ideas we'd never be able to come up with. That's what we're looking for. Well, you came to the right community. Oh wait, you created the right community. Finally, we decided to try a new user interface approach. We strongly believe that roguelike games should be not be confined to a niche. But classical roguelikes utilize convoluted UIs and are very hard to get for the mainstream gamers. Hey, that's something my wife said. So we decided to deviate from my established roguelike standards in order to widen our audience and the attention for roguelikes in general. We knew the hardcore fans of ADOM initially probably would disagree with some of our more aggressive changes. Diagonal movement, I hear ya. Well, good, because I was pretty vocal, and a lot of other people were way more vocal and way less nice. Let me see, but we still believe a combination of a number of features, four-way movement, automatic detection of secret doors, 90% transparency, including monster and item stats, etc., deserve to be tested in depth, as well as a user interface that really tries to work for keyboard, mouse, and controller, or any combination thereof. Such an endeavor requires constant feedback, and that's yet another reason why we didn't want to start in a much more complete state. Late changes cost a lot more time and money than changes based on early feedback. I have been saying that for years. That's why I tend to go for early access games, because accessibility features can be put in a lot easier when the developers are still working on the groundwork of a game. And that's what they're doing here. We understand the initial lack of content might feel underwhelming. The underlying game engine now is in a state that allows for very quick progress, and and creative ideas delivered by the community are one of our great motivators. Rest assured, you can expect more content, more bug fixes, and more quality of life improvements within the next couple of days and weeks. We work tirelessly to deliver an ADOM-worthy experience. Thank you for your support and patience. Thomas Biscup, Ultimate ADOM Maintainer. So, the reason I wanted to point this out is this is a sign of a good developer. The developer has made the groundwork, and they want community feedback. So what do? They release the groundwork. And they say, and they're very open about this, as you see. They say, okay, here's the groundwork. What do you want? How do you want to do it? How does this work? This doesn't just go well for accessibility like what I do. This goes for, feature creep and stuff. This goes for, everybody. Like he was saying, freezing water, shooting stuff down rivers, making automatons. So this is an example of what I hope more developers will do. They will put their game out in early access. You know, it might be a little sparse, but be honest with that. Look, we know it's sparse. This is the reason why. We wanted to build an engine that was groundwork so that you, the fans, could add to the groundwork. Tell us what you want. Tell us in great detail what you want. Be as goofy and silly as possible. Any idea that pops in your head, go for it. And that's kind of what being an accessibility advocate is too. It's, you know, hey, blind people need to be able to, you know, quote, read, unquote, the game. So maybe add, you know, this voice thing. Maybe add this app that allows, you know, OCR or NVDA to read it for them. I mean, hell, they added the message log that I said they needed to add, and I didn't even notice it was so well integrated. And those are the best kind of accessibility improvements anyway, or those you don't notice. So, I just wanted to point out that this is a sign of what a good developer should do. And I've already known these guys were good developers. I've known it for years. But I wanted to show it off to any other developers who might be watching this video. Hi guys, send me keys. And so that you guys could see what a good game dev looks like. Because a lot of times on YouTube and in the news sites and the news cycles, it's all about negative shit. And I don't want that kind of thing on my channel. I want it to be positive. I want to show you know, the good things of what can be done. So yeah, I just wanted to show this off. So anyway, I have been Blind Ryan. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this little takeaway. And I will see you all next time. A couple of months with the new ADOM release.